Join us, MrTruck.com, for truck reviews, trailer reviews, and accessory reviews. Well, this is my first video with the Bronco Sport. It is so cool, and it's fun. We're up here at Bun School going across just the road. It's all tore up rocks, all kinds of terrible ravines in the middle of it from the hard rains. We're pulling a trailer. This vehicle, this one has the 2-liter turbo Eco Boost, and an 8-speed transmission. It's 250 horsepower, 277 pound-feet of torque, and we're pulling the maximum capacity, 2,000 pounds. That's my ATV trailer and my ATV in the back. And we're going through some tail-lacious roads. We got, and that front camera's on. We've been using trail control. I love it. We're having so much fun reviewing this Bronco Sport. And it's a small rascal, but inside we've got plenty of room, plenty of hip room, plenty of headroom. I'm wearing my hat the whole time. It's awesome. So come join us for the review.
To see that pony and the wheel. Those Mustangs are all over this truck. Beautiful wheels, very good gripping tire. This has a special graphics because it's a first edition. Get the extra 2 inches on top for that second row to hold the basketball guys. But look at this. 2-inch receiver, class 2, and then there's your 4-prong plug-in. Now, looky there, Bronco Sport. And this little tiny corner that says Ford, because that's the only place you see in this entire truck that says Ford. Even the keychain. And that's what's cool too. You got glass that opens and actually have the word glass and the word door. So you open the glass, and yeah, it's not big, but it's enough to get in there and grab the groceries or whatever you got in that back seat. And then you go over to the side that says door. Doesn't have any push button openers, but you look in here, you got these cool little spring-loaded doohickeys for all the grocery bags or whatever you haul back here. You got a 12 volt, you got 110, 400 watts next to it. There it is, 110. You got 4 of those little, what do they seem to call them? It's mountain climber things or whatever they are. Then you get this light button right there. Well, that's for your lights up here. There's one on each side and they move. So you can angle them any way you want to go. Nice lights. You always need more lights. Right here at night, you can see what you're doing with your cargo. But you got that. And then you got handles to close it. None of that button stuff. And then in the back seat, looky, you got places, these molly straps, whatever they're called, hook things on there. And then up here, above that, you've got these little pockets that zip up on each side. Fill them full of stuff. And you even got little places, I don't know if it's for cup holders or what, but there's a little thing on the inside of each of the front seats. And then of course you got this. Folds down in the cup holders and armrests. And I can't remember what all is under. Oh yeah, you can pop the seat up. I think you can pop the seat up. Let's see. Oh yeah. Not really anything under there, but you can pop that up if you're going to do something different with the seat. Then down here, you've got another 115 or 110, and you can plug in 400 watts, and there's your rear air conditioner. Cool, but look how much more headroom you got. There's this pub pillar across behind it, or the top of the front seats, because that's the B pillar, and then it goes up in the air. Gives you all that extra headroom, which is just too cool. It's nice to have headroom. You open the door, look at all this cool stuff. These rocks will turn into something here. It's in the middle dash. That's already turned to the waterfall. Those rocks turned into that Mustang. Cool thing about the Mustang, it's the great-granddaughter, or the granddaughter, of the guy who made the running Mustang for the Mustang 64 and a half. That was a running one. This is a bucking Mustang. So it's all in the family. You got your picture of your mountain scenery. Bucking Bronco. Nice dash layout. All the normal stuff you would see And the steering wheel. Adaptive cruise control. The way it looks, that's cruise control. And you have all your lights there on the left side. Everything's kind of compact, kind of like the Ranger. And then, looky paddle shifters. Who could live without paddle shifters? Now, normal layout in the middle. You got temperature control for both sides. That's nice. Down there in the cubby hole, you got a 12 volt plug-in and USB cords. And then I can't remember if there's, well, yep, there's, this is the center console. If I can get my stuff out of here. There's some more USB cords. We would call it a Ford Bronco Sport, but Ford doesn't want to tell you what it is. There's only like one little badge on this whole vehicle that says Ford. Everywhere else in big, bold letters, it says Bronco and Bronco Sport. Everything says Sport. Little ponies come popping up everywhere on the screen. We're going to head up to the mountains and do a little bit of off-roading and see how all this stuff works. Now, this puppy, it might happen to get a prototype, but it's one of the really cool ones. It's the first edition, which those are all sold out now. It's like the most expensive one. So they start at $38,160. The base one you can get clear down closer to $30,000. And as far as I can figure, this rascal, it gets 23 combined MPG. It doesn't say on my sheet because it's a prototype, so it doesn't tell you a whole lot. So that's where I had to dig up the price, that $38,000. And my cousin pulled up. This will tow 2,000 pounds, which is what we have on there. We have my ATV trailer, and we have a 250 quad Honda in the back. So we're right at 2,000 pounds. But anyway, we're going to try this out. I may come back and do a little more on Bunt School Road. But yeah, we've gotten as high as 24.5, so I don't know what their highway rating is, but I imagine it's probably more between 24 and 25.
And it just regular.
Are you done playing with the toys on this trip? Okay, anyway. But this will go over horsepower and torque. It's an 8-speed automatic, and it's pretty awesome. It's even got bottle opener in the back hatch. Did you see the bottle opener? It's on one corner on the right side. Place to stick your bottle, like you do a lot of drinking and driving in these. I don't quite understand that. But they're big on that. They're 150. They're hybrid now. Has little bottle openers all over the tailgate. And
I did notice the 110 and the single lighter set up in the back, but
this has got a front camera. We'll go through the modes and show you all that, because actually in Rock Crawl it jumps over to the bigger screen, which is an 8-inch screen, and it's 8-speed with this rotating shift lever.
Now, is that basic anymore to most vehicles, or just doing this circular instead of having like a...
No, Ram started with their pickups, and then I think Ford put it on their Expedition, and then I think Lincoln has it. Everybody's trying to go that way, and I don't know why. Look at the console. It's not like you are trying to save room or something.
Exactly.
Actually, you get a bigger console if you took that knob and put it up on the shift lever. But they don't ask me those things. But yeah, I mean, this is actually roomy. I really like this puppy. It's small on the outside, but it feels so much bigger on the inside. I've got my hat on, and I've got plenty of clearance. Look how much room I have above my hat. And we'll try that second row seat out. It's very big. So actually, it's a human vehicle. It works well for normal humans. I'm surprised. We're not real tall, but I've seen tall people in it. That guy's giving us a thumbs up. I guess that means he recognizes you.
Yeah, he likes the pickup.
Yeah.
Or not pickup, the Bronco.
Well, Bronco Sport's amazing how everybody could notice it. You know, I had this much attention when I had a H2 Hummer review, and everybody would stop me at gas stations wanting to look at it. And Quadra-Steer, when they came out, everybody was wanting to ask for it. It's the same thing about this now. Everybody recognizes it. There must be a lot of commercials going on, because you know, this is, I'm going to turn the blinker noise off before we turn, but you know, this reminds me of another company that is really advertising heavily for outdoor lifestyles, like maybe Subaru. You know, their commercials are always got you out climbing rocks or looking at waterfalls, and this is like that, but you can actually go off-road to get to that waterfall or whatever, because this is actually pretty capable. We're going to do a few things with it. It's got all these goat modes. What did I tell you goat mode meant? It's somewhere up over here. There's a name, goat.
Go on any terrain?
Yeah, it's right up there.
Okay. Go over all terrains.
Go
right?
over all terrains. There you go. Those goat modes.
Goes over all terrain.
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
rock, it's slippery, it's all that stuff. But anyway, we're heading up to the mountains, get some good video of where we're going, and we'll drive through Bud School Road. I don't know if I'm going to go clear up on the ironclads. That's a little wild, because we have a trailer on board, because I want to tow a trailer with this. That's what I do, man. My life revolves around trailer towing.
So
And
now, let me ask you a question. Is this the receiver hitch? Is that
Yes.
standard equipment on this product?
on this package, it is.
Okay.
And it's no brake controller, because you don't need that at 2,000 pounds.
Right.
Except actually in California you do at 1,600. So I wonder if they're doing things differently in California. I guess we'll find out. But this one, rated 2,000 pounds, and that's exactly what we're towing. You're not required to have brakes in Colorado until you get to 3,000 pounds, and we're not required to have weight distributing hitch on this. And it's towing so well. But what's really
Seems
cool,
like it's handling real well.
yeah, this is one of the best steering vehicles I've ever been in my life, which is really unusual, because I think Ram does a really good job on their trucks, especially their heavy duties. When you're towing trailers cross country, I've noticed that gives me the least amount of fatigue, is in those Ram's heavy duties. But this one, yeah, I know it's the best steering Ford I've ever been in. I think it's one of the best steering trucks. I'm sure it's rack and pinion, but it's very tight, precise. I mean, there's no give at all in it. Where your hand goes, that's where the steering wheel takes the whole vehicle. And it's interesting, and I like it. It's a very comfortable truck. I mean, this, for me, a daily driver, I would love this. I think it has, and then, of course, you get that plus all the off-road abilities, and it may be one of the best, small SUVs for off-road capability. This is smaller than like a 4Runner, or like its big brother, the Bronco, or what a Jeep 4-door is. So for its size, it's a very capable machine. And 2,000 pounds is not something I normally tow, but we've got an ATV on there. We can go to Bud School and climb the mountains with that while we're there, if we had the time. And a lot of things. I mean, I'm going to try to put my Sea-Doos trailer on this at some point. But yeah, great visibility. I mean, it's a little rig and it's good. It's got a couple of bumps on the hood, but that doesn't really detract from much of the visibility. Different graphics. Now this is one of the top line, which I'm surprised I kept thinking it'd be more toys. It does have a moonroof and heated seats and heated steering wheel, so I guess it is loaded. But this is an all-wheel drive unit, and you can, I'll show you all the buttons on this. You can lock the transfer case in, and you can lock in the rear differential. So that gives you a few things to go climb the mountains with. These tires look pretty good. They're all terrain, but we'll go through all the specs on it. But yeah, and it's got the room. Usually you get these smaller vehicles like this. It's like being crammed in there. And even the back seat doesn't have the biggest leg room, but it's got the headroom. I think you can actually haul 4 adults. Is there a seat belt in the middle back there, Chuck? I don't know that there is.
I believe there was.
Okay, so I guess you get...
It has a center rest for your coffee or your
cup
drink
holders. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Don't go away, Mr. Chuck.tv. We'll be right back.
You got your mode, your goat modes, and you also have your 4-wheel drive buttons. This is an all-wheel drive, so I guess you go from all-wheel drive to 4-wheel drive, and you have a rear locker. And then here's your crawl. No, this is your sway control, and up here is your crawl, your trail mode. You push that puppy in, and then you can use your cruise control to go up and down 1 mile an hour at a time, which is so cool. So I'll also select in the goat modes, go over 1, and that's the normal. I don't know who drives these normally, but that's it. There's mud and ruts. There's sand, rock crawl. I think we've gone through it somewhere. Normal, eco. I like that. Gives you a little better fuel mileage. And then you're in sport mode. Hot diggity dog. Slippery. There's a lot of modes in there. Now what's cool is you put it in rock crawl, where there's mud and ruts. I think it's just rock crawl. There's rock crawl. Now, you put it in rock crawl and you can push the button for that trail control. When you have the trail control button on, then you can use your cruise control. We use this a lot on the Bunt School Road. It was so awesome. And it shows there in the gauges that it's 4-wheel drive, shows it's locked. But looky hooky, when it's in rock crawl, you also have the front camera comes on automatically. That is good. I love these front cameras. Of course, tilt telescope in the wheel. All the normal stuff you'd expect. And it actually, surprisingly, for this little varmint, it's got heated steering wheel and heated seats. Love that front camera. But that's all the goat modes. And then you go up here and you got your emergency brake. But that's your emergency brake. Shut it off. Push it off. And then the knob, the famous knob. It's where you shift this 8-speeder and you go manual and you can use your paddle shifters. So cool. This is one cool truck. One of the funnest trucks I've ever driven. I love it.